Time now for my last review before I go on holiday for a couple of weeks. I'm going to end my first batch of reviews with one of my favourite Mastertronic games so far, at least. One that I really enjoyed when I was a kid, and it's on the Entertainment USA branding, and it's called Street Surfer. Here's the front cover, which is pretty cool. It's got like a robot skater and some what look like sort of gangster 30s type cars. All very nice, but absolutely nothing to do or nothing representative of what the game's really like. Got the Entertainment USA logo at the bottom, and then on the spine we've got the Street Surfer logo and some squiggles in the background. Back spine has got the aim of the game, and inside we've got lots of screenshots which are mostly the same, and as I said, there's no sign of any robots or any gangster style cars on there. There is cars in the game, but I don't seem to have managed to get a screenshot of any of them. And on the inside cover we've just got a single page pretty much of what you've got to do in the game, which, as it says, is nice and simple, and a nice mapping of the controls and the loading instructions, and that's your lot. Here's the loading screen, which is a little bit more representative of what the game's about. As you can see, there's a rather muscle bound chap on a skateboard carrying a bottle. The game is about recycling bottles, which we'll get to soon enough. And we've got the credits, which, as it says there, is Mastertronic, despite it saying Entertainment USA on the cover. Programs by Sculptured Software, who did most of these Entertainment USA games. But there's also enhancements by Binary Design Limited, and it's actually Steve Pickford of the Pickford Brothers that did the loading screen and also some of the graphics for the game. There's more information about why he did that on the Pickford Brothers website. Here's the game then. No title screen as such, but it does have some credits displaying across the bottom of the screen there, which tells you it was written initially by David Barber and programmed by Sculptured Software. Gives you a little bit of an idea of what you're supposed to do in the game. Let's get a game started. And you're on a skateboard which goes very fast down this road. You can actually keep pace with cars. The idea is to collect those bottles on the side of the screen. There you go, I've got one. And at the end of each stage, which I've got to run over, which it shows you there, you recycle the empties. So I've got 2.7 miles to go. So you control the speed by up and down on the joystick. Left and right moves you left and right. You can also jump over things like these potholes. There's also chickens that cross the road periodically, which you can jump over or avoid. So let's keep moving along. The fun thing that I love the music on this, which is by David Whittaker. It's a lovely sort of breezy sort of soundtrack, you know, similar kind of thing to Outrun music, I guess. And the faster you go, the faster the music goes, which I think is great. Graphics wise, it's your usual sort of into the screen racing game. Your little dude on his skateboard looks okay. The graphics are okay, they're a bit blocky with the expanded Commodore 64 sprites, and you've got your usual mountains and a cityscape in the background as well. I've got 0.9 miles to go. So it's just a case of travelling down the road and avoiding all the obstacles really, which is easier said than done at times. Nearly there. Let's see if we can get a bit of speed up at the end. There we go, and your speed drops when you get to the recycling station. I think this must be one of the earliest examples of a game which is encouraging eco-friendliness and recycling. So it's a very unique premise to the game. As you can see, each bottle that you collect increases your health. There's no time limit on the game for completing each stage. And that's another thing you can do, is some of the cars stick a Coke bottle out the window. If you manage to collect that, which is quite tricky, you get a health boost, and obviously you get an empty as well, so it's double bonus really. We'll probably see that car again down the road, and what you'll find is you'll never offer another can, Coke bottle, sorry, which is quite clever, I think. That it remembers, even 2 or 3 levels in, if I get that far, that car's already given you one. One of the criticisms is quite often you'll drive for a very long distance and there'll be no empties on the side of the screen, and quite often they appear on the side of the screen that you just can't get to quick enough. But I suppose that's just part of the challenge of the game. But the fact you can overtake cars on a skateboard is just ridiculous. Now, I was a big fan of skateboarding when I was a kid, and that's probably why I love this game so much. I won't make any bones about it. This is one of my favourite Commodore 64 games of all time. It's not the greatest game in the world, it does get a bit repetitive, but it's just loads of fun. You've got the obvious high score challenge as well, so there's always something to play for. There's that car again, which, as I mentioned, won't give me another bottle of Coke. And they've got things like when they beep at you, when they come up behind you, you do get a chance to get out of the way to avoid the chicken there, but sometimes you don't, and that is one of the problems. Sometimes the cars come up a bit too close behind you and flatten you before you can get out of the way. Another thing to mention is the little comments you get across the bottom of the screen. When you collect a bottle, he says want something, and also when guys come to offer you a drink, you get a little message on the bottom of the screen saying have a cola. So that's a nice, neat little touch as well. Oh, hit a sign. Health's getting a bit dangerously low now, but I'm nearly at the end of the second stage. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to get this bottle. So on we go with level 3, and it's more of the same. As I say, it does get a bit repetitive. There you go, as in picking up another bottle, and you get a massive health boost from that, so that is really useful. Let's get a bit of speed up. If you go into the red, the music just gets silly fast. Obviously it becomes more difficult to avoid stuff as well. There's actually no point to travelling that fast. Oh, annoying. There is, I think, a pretty obvious speed to travel, which is when the music sounds about right. There you go, there's a little comment saying got that empty. Not sure if you get points for jumping over the chicken or not. Let's see if we can get another drink from this guy here. He's on off into the distance. Let's see if I can catch him up in a ridiculous turbo skateboard fashion. There you go, he says have a cola. Oh, missed him. I'll get another chance. Maybe not, he's had enough. He's offering my drink and now he's gone off into the distance. Yeah, there you go, I think he got some bonus for jumping over the chicken there. At least made a funny noise. Let's have a third try at getting this drink. Here kid, drink up, he says, and I've gone past him now. This is a disaster. I'm doing quite well at this, I must admit. Still got the old magic. I used to play this for hours when I was a kid, so off we go again. As I said, it is a bit repetitive, but it's just great fun. It's got all the things I like about the game. It's easy to play, a high score challenge, nice music, graphics are reasonable. So obviously it goes without saying that it's worth the $1.99 asking price, I think it was. I bought it when I was a kid, bought it again when I was an adult, and I got another Commodore 64. Play it fairly regularly, so it's good stuff. Finally, I've got it. I seem to be going through a spell at the moment where there's not much litter at the side of the roads. It makes it really difficult to accumulate points. You do, I haven't mentioned, but you do just get points for just travelling along the road as well, rather like games such as Outrun. There we go, got one. And as each level goes by, you basically just get more cars on the road, you have a further distance to travel, and there's more obstacles, like the chickens cross the road more frequently, and there's more holes and such like. I'm now on about level 7, I think, and there's a lot less empties on the side of the road. You have to rely more on collecting them from the cars, which obviously makes it a bit more difficult. Also, the cars move a lot faster now, so it's harder to keep up with and get alongside them to take the coal bottles from the car windows. Oh. And my health's running a bit low, so I may not last much longer. Oh, that was handy. Oh, I just got the health and then lost my life immediately. Got run over by the car. Oh, now I've hit the thingy, the chicken, and I'm nearly dead. But even dying's cool because it plays a great tune when you die, which we'll see fairly soon, I'm sure. Let's just see how fast I can go for the remainder of the level. Oh, I'm really in trouble now. One of the problems which hasn't really been illustrated is when you hit an obstacle, if a car's coming up quite close behind you, you respawn and then get run over straight away again, which is a little bit frustrating. Probably the only really bad thing about the game is that it's a bit easy to die a couple of times in a row. I might just make it to the end of this level actually if I don't make any mistakes. Oh no, I wasn't paying attention. So close to the end of the stage as well. Still 4,002 points is not bad. And as you'll see now, your skateboard disappears off into the distance and the game ends. So not much more to say other than a great game to end my first phase of reviews. I'm off on holiday now for a couple of weeks, so I'll be back in a couple of weeks with some more reviews.